Hello everybody, and today we are going to be doing an interview with Danny Simpson here. I'm Freddie Campbell, and I will be interviewing him today on leadership, because you're one of the leaders here at Geek. So
indeed,
I've got a few questions to ask you.
Perfect. Thank you for the time, Fred, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to take some of your questions and answer.
Yeah, thanks. So the first one's like quite personal.
Go for it.
Who inspired you to become a leader?
To become a leader, that's a great question.
Just in anything in general, and small.
I guess it's changed over the years, but from when I was younger, it was always my dad and Sir Alex Ferguson. Growing up with Manchester United, I'm a Man United fan. I know that some of the audience may disagree with it. It was my dad and Sir Alex Ferguson, and then as I've got older, I've become a dad. Probably my children inspire me every day to be the best leader that I can be. That's what I'm saying.
Is that how they did for you?
100%.
There you were.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, good. What attributes, what do you think you need to become like a good leader?
He's full of training, this guy. He's full of great questions. I think there's lots of things really, but I think to be a great leader, I think it takes a lot of empathy. It takes a lot of drive. I think you need to be quite passionate individual. Obviously be resilient, compassionate, empathetic, be emotionally intelligent. And I think be a good communicator, because I think part of being a leadership is to get people to follow you or to be interested in what your vision is. You've got to be able to communicate that verbally and non-verbally, so I think that's quite important to have good communication skills as well. I think there's lots, and we could probably spend quite a lot of work in that, but I would say them are some of the key things that jump to my mind based on that question, Fred.
I've got more questions on the song I'll go on to. Obviously you've been a leader in quite a few of your roles. This might be the next question then. Bang. What do you think some leaders do wrong? So, anyone in the world.
I think some leaders, it's a great question, mate. I think some leaders can go wrong when they don't invite a diverse opinion into their thought process. Sometimes I think I've been involved in businesses where they employ people or look for people that look like them, sound like them, like them. So I think diversity is really powerful for me.
So being you.
Yeah, being you, but also inviting conversation and taking notes in from other types of people, so different people from different jobs, different genders, different religions, different way of thinking, different roles, depending upon what you're doing, obviously. I think a lot of leaders go wrong when they stand in too much of a tell position. I think you've got to have a balance between where you direct the audience flow, I think, versus where you take audience and feedback in. Autocratic, bureaucratic, democratic, all different types of leadership styles. But I think I could sum it up in a sentence, which is different cultures want different things. So be the leader that you would want to follow, and be the leader that you most inspired to be, and also be the leader that other leaders haven't been before.
Yeah. I was speaking a bit with this with James yesterday about you don't want to. I don't know how you word it, be a leader where you just have your belief and your belief only, and don't really listen to others. And obviously, in some ways, that's not good.
Absolutely not. There's a famous saying, which is your mind's like a parachute, only works when it's open. So, keeping your open mind, and every day's a school day. We're all need to learn all the time. So it's a journey of continuous improvement and continuous learning, I think, is really important as part of leadership.
Yep, all good. Next one. How was your role changed through being in different jobs?
It's really good questions today, buddy. I think realistically, I've had a career that probably the most challenging way. So I didn't go through college and university. I went through, started on the shop floor and worked my way through from sales advisor, sales manager, assistant manager, store manager, area manager, regional manager, sales director, chief exec, owner manager, owner operator. So going through that methodology allows me to have lots of different lessons and learning. But I think the one thing that's come to fruition for me that I understand it to be true, is that as you become more senior in an organisation, you have to make more decisions. So you do less of the doing, and you're more involved in the decision making. I think at middle management, you're making lots of decisions, and I think the art is to make decisions, whether they're right or wrong. Don't procrastinate on making decisions. And then I think as you go from middle management to more senior management, so C-suite and board level, I think you're making less decisions, but decisions have much bigger and greater impact. So you need to take a little bit more considerate time to make before you make the decisions. That would be my summary and my analysis on
the higher up role, I guess, in your company model business. The more you have to think about it.
Yeah, the more decisions you make, the more responsibility, because you're taking on the responsibility of the people that are in your responsibility charge, if you like. I think the other thing is that, it's a bit like Spider-Man, right? With great power comes great responsibility, as say. So I think that's really important to keep that one in mind. But I think those would be my summaries and takeaways, whilst creating and curating an environment where, in my own humble opinion, again, people may agree or disagree with that, is that I've got to create an environment where people feel safe to fail, because failure is often the root to success. We can't have success without failure. And also create an environment which is allowing people to come to work and be their authentic selves, rather than feeling like they have to come put a mask on. And definitely in the sales environment, that's really tough, because in sales environments, we often want to get taught to mirror the customer and fit in.
Yeah.
And often in sales environments, that's where you'll probably find a lot of self-fakeness, because we're in an environment where we're selling ourselves. And to do that, sometimes we often think I just need to be really likable. I need you to like me.
Yeah.
And we shift our characteristics.
I think it's easier. Obviously, this kind of from memes, not really words in it.
No, it's good.
It's easier to almost work in a job that you love and you like. Because obviously, some people, they work in a job they actually don't like, but they're just doing it so they have to. Correct,
yeah, absolutely. Again, famous saying, find something that you love and then spend every day doing it. Doesn't feel like work. So in previous employment, I always have a hashtag LWYD, love what you do. And then if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah. You're just doing what you love for.
100%.
Yeah. Can't be for this, but like how, obviously you worked in numerous jobs, and like where you lead people, how does that like contrast to other jobs?
I think it's a continual journey. I think leadership is such a broad thing. It's unique to individuals. And I think you've got to understand the culture that you're working in, the following that you're working in, the purpose that you're serving, because each leader is going to find their own mechanic of doing that. There are some ways and methods of doing it, but ultimately,
so I guess you've come from somewhere, you're in my position, and you don't really know a lot, and you just kind of hate it, and then it's like gradually work away.
Yeah, absolutely. Ask questions, keep an open mind, learn from others. I always try and find a room where I'm the smallest person, or I'm the least knowledgeable, because then I've got the most to learn.
Yeah.
Rather than finding myself in a room where I get to talk the most, because that's just my ego that wants to be in there. But it's, that's what I would say to that answer the question, Fred.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, this is the last question.
Last one,
a bit more fun.
Go on then.
Okay, because I know you're a big fan of movies.
Yeah.
Particularly Disney.
Love Disney, mate, yeah. Bit of Disney, just go.
What's your favourite Disney film? 4.
Oh, I've got too many.
4, yeah, go.
Tell me the question and I'll find the Disney film, because there's not bad. I don't think Disney's made so many bad films.
Basically, like, is there any film or films that have given you almost advice, or you've taken something from to the interview play?
A great one that springs to mind is one of the ones that's most watched in my household, and it's watched every night religiously, and it's been watched every night since my son was 3, so he's 7, so 4 years. It's his go-to-sleep film, and it's one of my favourite films, and I probably regret getting him into it, which is Disney Cars. So, it's a great film, isn't it? I love the story in the sense that the lesson in there is that Lightning McQueen sets off on the belief that it's just him, and that's all that he needs to win the race. And actually, through getting and stopping at Radiator Springs and meeting his team, Mac, Mater, and all the rest of the gang, really realises the full opportunity of being selfless rather than selfish, and actually the power of what can be achieved when you build a team.
Yeah.
That all want to be part of it. Again, there's very diverse. You know, you've got a low riding car, you've got a sports car, you've got a rusty truck, you've got so many different.
I guess it's basically showing like people from different backgrounds and
Absolutely,
all come together with it.
100%.
I guess that's just, you know, like sports as well. Obviously, some have sort of come from a really rich family, some from really poor. It's almost come together in one big group thing.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So I would probably go with to answer that one on this occasion. I would probably go Disney car. I think on another day I'll give you a different.
Yeah, I can think of one because I was saying, I've been getting everyone to get you like Uncle Bus.
Of course, absolutely Disney are great storytellers, and that's why they're the world's best in my opinion. Produce and talk and make this stuff. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for all the questions and your message. You're a very talented individual. Good luck with your career, and make sure you stay in touch with us here at Sales Geek.
Thanks.
Fred, thank you very much. Pleasure.